Hi everyone, I'm Graddles, and welcome to a new episode of City Skylines. This is New Brighton, and we took a little cinematic tour around the city. And if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and share. I do City Skylines. I do a couple other games as well, but my main game on this channel is City Skylines. And I will show you what I did off camera. I know you don't want to hear I did it off camera, but it took probably around 4 hours of trying to place the European bridges that came with the new DLC pack. It was super hard to do. They click into the roads and they leave the pillars right in the middle of the roads. And so I had to play with this quite a bit to get it off the roads and line up perfectly. It's not perfect, but it's better. So here you go. Here's the view. And you can see I got the pillars right close to the street and then across the road. And that was super difficult to do. Like I said, it took hours. And I finally got it to where exactly I wanted it and how the layout I wanted. And I was going to try to do it on camera again. And I did about 4 attempts and I could not get it just the way I have it now. So that being said, we finished our roads, and today we're going to be putting in our walking paths. And right along this road, we're going to put walking paths on each side of the highway, and we're going to do pedestrian cross paths right in the middle of each section. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it right now. Okay, so we had to use American walking paths for this part because the European ones were just a little bit too wide. And so we went ahead with the American ones, and also the European ones were not snapping properly again to the streets, and the pillars would end up in the middle of the road. So I went to the edge and I turned off the elevation snapping on this because I could come down just one below the highest elevation step. So I wanted it to be a little bit lower than the regular one. So as long as I turned off the snapping and I went up, I think it was 3, I had no problem getting it in over the tops of all the roads. So as you can see right here, all I'm doing is just putting in the bridge across each road. So next I go ahead and I take it down and I bring it over by the one full where the line comes up, and I don't go all the way down to the bottom. I leave it just a step up so you can actually see the walking path and it doesn't turn into the concrete. So I do this all the way around until all of them are complete. And as you can see, it's not too difficult to get it into the groove once you do it. It is in time-lapse, but it sure is pretty easy once you have yourself set up. And because we've done the exact same amount of space on either side, it definitely helps. All the sections are exactly the same width across. So yeah, we did that all the way across. And next, we go ahead and I try to snap the European to the American. Now, it did work on the one side, and I wanted to try it on the other side. And as you can see, it would not snap at all, no matter how I tried to get this to go across. So I was thinking, well, I have to have them get across somehow. So at least if I have it on the one point, I'll take this all the way across, and they can walk from there over. So that's what I did here. And as you can see, I got it to snap right there, and it kind of worked out pretty well. The thing I had to do later on was adjust it to the outside square closest to the sidewalk, because it wasn't matching up with the other one. So as you can see, I'm playing around with it just a little bit and matching it up here so it just matches up perfectly. On the other side I had no problem because it was already to the outside one. So then I just continue to connect them, and yeah, we'll continue going on from here. Once we get it completely connected, we go ahead and start running our walking paths across the highway itself. Now, we did not put any of them to the sidewalk yet. We have a lot of work to do, Now, as you can see here, we couldn't get it to snap all the way across. I had to stop after the second part of the highway and then connect it across, and it did not leave a pillar. So as you can see right there, there's no pillar there. So it works, but you just have to stop after the second highway. After that, we go ahead and we start decorating. And that was very fun for me. I'm not used to just spending a lot of time on decorating, so it was quite fun. So here I just put this down to the sidewalk on this side and on the other side, and I will continue to do that all the way around. Like I said, we have a lot of work to do, so we're not ready for zoning just yet. So here's just a little overview of all our walking paths right across. And yeah, we're gonna go right into decorating. So yeah, I kind of went all out in decorating this whole highway up. It may be unrealistic for some people, but hey, it's my city, so I'm gonna be, you know, as decorative as I want to be. So I did add a whole bunch of trees, and I did have to move that walking path because I did notice that the space, of course, was different between the ramp and the walking path. So when I added the trees, I had to move it over. So that's a minor change that I did over in there. And I used a lot of trees and a couple of rocks. I did use a lot of that, I don't know what it's exactly called, but it looks just like ivy growing. I guess that's what it would be, along the walls of the sides of the highway. And I did add a couple of different styles of trees just to add more interest. And yeah, I put in those pink ones just because they look pretty. And yeah, we're at the end of the video here, and I give you an overview. So as you can see here, we completed all the highway, and you can see the ivy growing up on the sides, trees down the middle on each side, and the little pink trees right in between the ramps and the highway itself. And I found this episode super fun to make, and yeah, it's time to say goodbye already. And thank you so much for hanging out with me for as long as you did. So if you like my content and you really enjoyed this video, I did voiceover this time instead of commentary. I wanted to give it a try. But yeah, if you like my content, you want to see more, please click the like button, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you guys real soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.